back to my channel. My name is Stacy, and today's video is a very different one, but it really made me think of doing this in the past. But Emily Noel and Amy Loves Makeup has mentioned of doing this video, and it's basically picking out unrated palettes from your collection, or in other words, palettes that you've forgotten. And this is Emily's video right here. I don't know if you could see it, but it says she also included her audience's pics from Instagram. So if you like to see my version, keep watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, comment down below. And without further ado, let's get started. So basically, I looked up the word underrated, and it's an adjective, and it means it's rated or valued too low. And I'm guessing this is how Emily described it. It was like specifically eyeshadow palettes. They don't get talked about, or they just get basically pushed to the side, and it's not really brought to attention in the beauty community. So these are my palettes in the back, and I'll go through the ones I think are in that category. So I'll start off with my Morphe Sunset Beats palette, and it looks just like this. And it's such a beautiful palette. It's got like your berries, your light reds, your yellows, some oranges, and it's just a really pretty palette. I feel like it's like perfect for any look you want to go for, and I feel like you could create like sunset looks out of it. I did create a 3 looks 1 palette with this, so I'll leave a link if you want to see how this palette works. I did replace the glitter, the pressed glitter here, and I just like used it as a, like, I basically reformulated it to be a highlighter shade and instead of a glitter. So the next one that fell off right now is the Beach Cloud Tropicana Foiled Eyeshadow Palette. And it is an old palette that they released years ago, but I just love using this palette for inner corner. I love how everything is all shimmer, and you could either put it all over your lid or in a corner. And I like to spray my brush to have it that most metallic finish, but these shades are beautiful, and I am so happy I still have it in my collection. So the next one is the Emily Edit palette, which is the Wants by Makeup Revolution, and if you haven't seen it already, it's got a large mirror, and these are the eyeshadow shades. Super pretty. It's full of like any color of the season you would want to use, and you could create like Christmas looks, Easter looks, Thanksgiving, New Year's. It's a really stunning palette. One is a Profusion Love Struck palette, and the color scheme is beautiful. I haven't used this palette yet, but it's full of like blues, pinks, purples. It's got a couple of pressed glitter shades here, but I just love that there's some duochromes here, and there's a couple of mattes and metallics, and overall I am just in love with Profusion as a brand. I feel like, especially these eyeshadow palettes, they're well thought of. I could say that they do have repeated shades if you collect these palettes. The one that's 35. That's annoying, but I guess like if you're getting the repeated shades that are good, I don't mind, but I prefer that Profusion stops doing that, and I hope that every palette that you get is different. But I do really love the color scheme to this, and it's perfect for these dainty, like pinkish sunset colors, and yeah. So the other one is by LA Girl, and this one is the what is it? Born Exclusive, yeah. Born Exclusive, and this is what it looks like in the inside. I've only used it once. I haven't reached for this palette since I did a small review of it, and the reason being is because I forgot. So I forgot, and that's a mistake on my part, but yeah, I have to use this more. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be forgotten. It's got like these pink tones, these jewel tones right here, and natural classic colors, this cream shade. Like, everything has its own place, and I'll definitely reach for this. I will remember this time. So the next few items are from Colourpop, and the first one I have never touched is the California Love palette, and this one has those orange tones, neutral tones. Like, it's a really pretty palette, but I haven't used it, and it's a shame because I bought this palette and it's just really stunning, so I have to use that. This one I do have on my eyes today. It was the first time I used it, and it's the Give It To Me Straight palette. Looks just like this. And yeah, so definitely keeping this palette. It's like full of natural daytime looks, but you can also use it for date nights, and it's just a beautiful palette. Like, the colors blend easily, the shimmers are beautiful, so I definitely need to play with this one more. And the next one from Colourpop is the Frozen 2 collaboration. And this is Elsa and Anna. And Elsa is like this. And then Anna is like this. Like a light purplish color thing. So this other palette is Charm Cold Fusion. Looks just like this, and this is really underrated. It's an Amazon makeup brand, and this is what the colors look like. You can see that there's like a duochrome here, another duochrome. There's like these beautiful metallic shades. It almost reminds me of the Natasha Denona Tropic palette, and that one has basically the same colors here, except these. Like, I feel like this one alone is a standout, beautiful duochrome situation, so can't wait to use this palette again, but I haven't used it since I did a video on it, and yeah, it's a beautiful palette. So the next one are Makeup Revolution in collaboration with Soph Does Life. Her name used to be Soph Does Nails, but she changed it. And this one is her original palette. It looks just like this. Super, super beautiful. And then the second one that she came out with is called Extra Space. And it looks just like this. It's full of like bold colors and super, super pretty. And so the last one I will be talking about is Flower Beauty. And I've been meaning to do a tutorial of these palettes, but I forget. But this one is the Austin, Texas Downtown Dusk. Looks just like this. And they're inspired by cities, so I can't wait for Drew to come out with more of these. Maybe she'll come up with Australia or or Paris or something. I don't know, that would be really cool. But anyway, this one is LA Hollywood Hills. Looks like that. And then the last one is NYC Midnight Manhattan. So that is pretty much it. That is all the underrated palettes I have currently in my collection. I recently did a declutter, so it's almost rewarding to see which palettes I ended up keeping, and I think that reasoning being is because they haven't been used and I know that they're good quality palettes, so can't wait to get in the rhythm of rotating palettes and seeing which ones I really love. So thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.